And welcome to the Hot Seat of College Football Show, as today we're going to talk about the current playoff changes and what's going to happen with the playoff going into the future. Let's talk about it. Alright, so before we get into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are 5 away to 140. I think the goal is, we keep reaching the goal. I think the overall goal is to get to 1,000 before the start of next season. That is the goal. If we can get to that, that would be amazing. Also, remember to hit the like button. It's free and it costs nothing. And every single time you guys do that, helps you to promote the videos. All the videos that have a bunch of more likes are always the ones that get promoted a lot more. And also, if you want to get my videos before anybody else on YouTube, make sure to hit the notification bell. It's right next to the subscribe button. And that will give you a notification every single time I drop a new video. It'll show on your homepage faster, and it'll always be in your notification box at the top right of your YouTube homepage. So let's talk about the playoff, as I wanted to make a short video talking about, because there have actually been changes to the format of the playoff. It's going to stay at 12 team, and it's going to stay at 12 team for at least the foreseeable future. There's been a lot of talks about going to 14, going to 16, going to 24. Maybe if you go to 14, there's play-in games during conference championship week. There's talks with like Josh Pate wants to do the bowl games as playoff data points, which is I think that one's really cool. So there's a lot of input and dispute of how the playoff should go. I've made a couple videos. Maybe I'll make another one sometime. But the format of how many teams are going to be in the playoff, that is not changing. But the selection of how teams are chosen has changed, and there's one change that it's really making everybody upset. So let's talk about the first change. So we all know into the first year of the playoff, it was the highest 4 ranked conference champions will get a bye, and then the 5th highest ranked, which will usually be the group of 5, will be that 12 seed or an at-large team that will play in the first round. So the problem with that is that led to teams like Arizona State and Boise getting a bye when they shouldn't have, and then you had Clemson, who beat SMU in the ACC title. Since they were ranked 16th, they were at the 12 seed. And now we're getting Boise State, who plays nobody, who gets a bye. So we're like, we can't do that. So then they changed the rule that the top 4 is just the highest 4 ranked teams. And that, so far, I think has been good. The problem is the top 4 teams don't want to get a bye, but that part's working. It was Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, then Texas Tech. Texas Tech probably shouldn't have been in the top 4, but they were 12-1 and won their conference. So I mean, I understand why they were the 4 seed, not maybe the 5 seed. When maybe Oregon should have been that 4 seed. And then with 5 through 12, you still get a group of 5 team in. And the problem with this year is the ACC didn't want to fix their tiebreaker rules. So then a 5-loss Duke between a 5-way tiebreaker got into the conference championship. They beat Virginia in overtime, and Duke is your ACC champions, but they're 8-5. They're not highly ranked. They're not ranked high enough. So then it comes to, okay, well, one of our conference even though we have a representative from the ACC, their conference champion was not high enough to get in. So they changed the rule. So now it is just the highest ranked, it's the Power 4 conference champion. If you are the winner of the ACC, you're automatically in. If you're the winner of the Big 10, the SEC, and the Big 12, you're automatically in. And then the highest ranked group of 5 champion, or just the highest ranked group of 5 team, they also get in. And they can get a bye, but it's not guaranteed, and they probably won't. And this negates the thing that we had this year, where we had 2 group of 5 teams in the playoff. That will never happen ever again. It literally can never happen again, which is good. And really, I don't want any of the group of 5 teams in. If they're ranked 12th or higher, they should get in. But we have like the 24th and 20th ranked teams in the playoff. That's garbage. We all know it's garbage. You can tell yourself it's not. It will always be garbage. This group of 5 is never will have a shot. Group of 5 teams are not the same group of 5 teams that were a decade ago, because of the transfer portal. And so yeah, that's the first change. So the highest 4, the Power 4 conference champions automatically get it, and the highest ranked group of 5 team. So it's not just the highest ranked 5 conference champions, so you can't get a billion group of 5 teams in the playoff. It'll only be one group of 5 team every single year. The problem with that is I wish it wouldn't even be the conference champion, because that would have meant that this past year, that 5-loss Duke would have gotten over James Madison, which I'm okay that I would rather have Duke in than James Madison, but I would rather just have the highest ranked representative from a team. So the ACC representative would have been Miami, which would have allowed Notre Dame to get in instead of Duke or James Madison. But that's probably not going to happen because it kind of ruins the point of conference championship week, which now that it guarantees a spot in the playoff, I guess makes it a little bit more meaningful, but not really, especially if you're like Ohio State, Indiana last year. You don't want to play in that game at all. So the second change is that Notre Dame, and this only applies to Notre Dame since they won't join a conference. If they are ranked within the top 12, they will automatically get into the playoff. Automatically. They will automatically get into the college football playoff if they're ranked in the top 12. Which is fine, because if you're ranked in the top 12, you should be in anyways, but it's the fact that it only applies to Notre Dame, and now that they have this, Notre Dame will never join a conference. They get more money for not being in a conference, and now they have their own special guarantee. Their athletic director has as much power as Tony Petitti and Greg Sankey, the director and the leader, the director of the Big Ten and the SEC. Like, Notre Dame is its own conference. So this is a huge problem, and again, there's another reason why everyone hates Notre Dame. But yeah, those are the two changes for the playoffs. I just want to make a quick video before I go to work. Remember to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win this upcoming national championship? And then later tonight, I'm going to be dropping my top transfers and where they're currently going to go. I'll drop that later tonight, but that's all I have for you guys right now. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below who you think is going to win the national title. Turn on the notification bell if you win. Always hit the like button. It's free, it costs you nothing. Again, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys all later, and as always, thank you.